Hello, welcome to Form Friday. Today's a bit of a different video, mainly because we are finishing one cycle and entering into the next. This is going to be our last week of the cycle and it's a deload week. So what this means is that you're just gonna take it easy. This week was definitely you've seen a lot of like maxes and things like that, and it was really awesome to look at the notes for those of you who keep notes in the app. I do check and like look at everybody's weights and things that they're putting in, just as a curiosity thing, and also for me to know kind of how to proceed with the next cycle. So what are those things that people are enjoying? What are the things that people are maybe needing a little bit more help on, and so on and so forth. So I also sent out a survey this week, and so far half of you have already given me an answer, which is amazing. So if you wouldn't mind just finishing up that survey for me. If you don't have it in your inbox, it probably is in your junk mail, just because it's coming from SurveyMonkey, and if you've never received that in your inbox, it will flag it as junk. But it's really helpful for me to know kind of which way to go for the next cycle. I have an outline of every program already, but in order to add it into TrueCoach next week, I want to finalize some of the details. So far, I've received some really good feedback, and I'm gonna kind of read that off to you. So for the survey results for half of you, so I know that this could change quite a bit, but muscle building was kind of number one for everybody. So everyone wants to have muscle and have maybe like an aesthetic goal of showing off a little bit more muscle, which I think is incredible. And I think as women, we have come quite a bit a long ways to want to have muscle versus to want to be lean and toned and all of that stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the language that we're using is sometimes not really correct. And so muscle building was number one, and then power and speed was number two, which obviously makes a lot of sense. Power and speed is really helpful for those of you who are hiking, running, just having active lifestyles. And in order to support your active lifestyle, you can strengthen your body by really practicing more speed movements and power movements. And then the last one was high intensity. So some of you maybe saw that high intensity, by high intensity I mean quite a bit of cardio, and it really aids in weight loss. So what I really plan to do is, if this stays the same in the next day or two, and the surveys keep coming in and this stays the same, I will make sure that I'm adjusting what I've planned for you guys in order to cover all these three categories. So far, muscle building, power and speed is absolutely my bread and butter in my programming. So the high intensity is a piece that I think goes really well with power and speed. So expect the next cycle to include all of those. Now, as you know, I break down the cycles into 2 microcycles, so 6 weeks and 6 weeks. So they may have different themes, and I will let you know what those themes are. All right, the length of workouts definitely was something that came up quite a bit in our chats, in Discord, in the TrueCoach chat. And what I have realized is that many of you are asking for shorter workouts. Now I was thinking, oh, maybe folks want like really significantly shorter workouts, but the number 1 and number 2 votes were 45 minutes and 30 minutes. So I'm going to make sure that the workouts are around 45 and 30 minutes of length. And I think at least for the first microcycle, I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think that it isn't going to give you less of a good result. That's I guess what I'm trying to say. And because we have power and speed in our workouts, you'll definitely get the sweat. Next was, my question was how many days a week you actually get to work out, and most of you guys said 3 to 4 days or 2 to 3 days, which was really what I was kind of hoping for, because what I'm trying to figure out is, are my 3 to 4 days of workouts working for you? Form Friday, 70% of responses were yes. So I'm going to keep Form Friday going and make sure that the videos are engaging and informative. On some Form Fridays, you will see other topics covered. Maybe it's nutrition, maybe it's form, maybe it's fitting in the workouts when you are home with your kids. I want Form Fridays to be a little bit more fluid than just form. However, I will make sure that I'm covering form most of the time, because I know a lot of you do the uncoached version and you don't get to get feedback from me. Next was the in-app chat. So as you may know, we have 2 chats. One is the Discord and one is the in-app chat. The problem that I have currently is that the in-app chat or the True Coach chat, you can't all see what I'm saying. You only see individually. And when you reply, I'm the only one that sees your reply. So I know that they are planning on introducing a group chat, but they don't have a time set for it. I know that they are saying that it is beta testing, but we don't know how many months that's going to take. So I'm going to keep Discord going and True Coach app going for those who prefer True Coach. But Discord is more of a community, and it's just a little bit more interactive because you can see everybody's responses and you can respond to them. Next, timestamps. Overwhelming, 70% of you said you want to know how long your circuits are going to take. So I'm going to be introducing that. That was the plan all along, but I wanted to make sure that that's what everybody wants, and timestamps will be coming. So you will see on your circuits and on your supersets how long approximately this should take you, okay? And then the last but not least, which was the fun question, and that was the what else do you want to see? And a lot of you said you want the occasional live online class. That would be super fun to do. So I'm gonna think about how to do something like that and see what time is best for everybody, and kind of choose an average time that works best so that people can show up for these classes. And then a local kettlebell class was another thing. So it's an in-person class. I really miss community, and I would love to offer that once in a while to have us all gather and do that. So in order to do that, I need a big space. I need a space that has a lot of kettlebells. So there's a lot more to take in consideration when planning something like that, but I would absolutely love to do something like that. And probably not on a regular weekly basis, but kind of like a mini pop-up class. I think that would be super fun. And then last but not least, I'd love to thank you all for all of your incredible positive feedback. I really, really appreciate that. I appreciate all the feedback that I've received on my program and the way I coach, and I really hope that I can make this program even better, even more easy to use. And the number one goal really is to build a community of moms who love getting a good workout in, whether they're at home or at a gym, and know that they always have a group of women cheering them on. So as the program evolves, so will all of the perks of the program, and hopefully, easier things will come as we evolve as a program. So I wanted to thank you all for your support, and I'm super excited about the new cycle. So on to the new cycle. Things that I am including in the new cycle are a few new movements, and I would love to teach you a snatch, and I would love to teach you a Turkish get-up. So those are things that are kind of coming, and some really intense, sweaty workouts that are hopefully compact and you can get in and out in 45 minutes or less. So that will be the goal for the next cycle, and other things I'm not going to tell you about because I want to kind of go along and keep something for myself. But if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you have suggestions, I'm always open. So please make sure that you always feel like my door is open to your suggestions and things that you want to see in my program. Always know that this program will always stay kettlebell focused because that is my bread and butter. That is what I love to do. That is how I train. That is how I built my muscles. And I know it's a tried and true tool. So, but everything, I am absolutely open to incorporating other things and giving people some options as well, especially those who work out in gyms and have more equipment or more access to equipment. But kettlebells are my jam. I hope you have a great weekend, and let's go kill that last week of the cycle to prep for the next cycle. So I hope you all have a great weekend. Bye.